Hello, fellow punters and loyal followers. Mickey D with you here on a wet and miserable Easter Sunday in the west of Ireland. If you're looking for heavy going tomorrow, you got the conditions for it today here. It'll suit a couple that we've picked for the Grand National. So it's gone on to eastwards right now. So that may continue until I get there tomorrow. I'm heading up and I'm actually bringing a 16-seater minibus and a load on it from a pub not far away. So you never know, we could have action on the bus coming home. Maxime, could you not have done something for us punters? Could you not have straightened out right place, right time, coming to the second last and to the last? Could you not have just tugged them over a little bit to the right, just a little bit? It might have done the business. He let me down for a massive payout. 2 11-to-1s and a 7-to-2 in a Trixie and a treble. But I had an each. I made a few pounds, made a nice few pounds, but it would have been a huge day. It'd be a 5-figure sum that I lost. Well, that I didn't get. I didn't lose it. But a great day again yesterday. Enemy was a smashing selection. Coming from a gambling yard in Ian Williams, when he drifted out like that, I just thought the handbrake would be up, that he was on a feeling run. But you could see the way he was travelling from the very start of the race, that he was on a going day, and he's one to follow, and he's going to make a very good horse for us to follow during the summer. Glan as well opened up at 12-to-1 the night before. I couldn't understand it was so big, because it clearly didn't stay the 2 miles to the last day, and 2 miles is its optimum trip, and that won grand as well. And then Campanelle last night done the business, hosed up in the States. I seen by the comments a few were on it, and I got a couple of texts as well. 5-to-2 into I think 11-to-8 or something, or 5-to-4, but grand horse. Then Grand Paradis today won for us as well, and that went out to 5-to-2. I think it was returning 15-to-8. Again, that's the first time it went out in front, and set the fractions and ran to its own pace. The other ones, the races, it was hustly bustly, and I didn't like it. So then Impervious finished 5th. Bit of a disappointment there, but to see Brandy Love, and that was one of my. And I don't know why I went to get, because it had won in Fairyhouse and been second in Fairyhouse as well. And head ruled heart. No, heart ruled head there. It should have been always the other way around. And then a Floron, well gambled on as well, from 6s into, I think 100-to-30. Didn't like the going at all there today. Sure, it's like running in a swimming pool. But anyway, it was a good weekend. 8 out of 11. So each video was the winning one. But a great crowd on the bus again today for Easter Sunday, all finely dressed and in great spirits. Christopher Nolan was first on the bus. Michael Thompson, Patrick Hickey came, and he was singing The Cliffs of Dooneen, because he backed it yesterday. An old friend from the other channel, Richard Eyre, touched base last night. Great to hear from you, Richard, and I hope you're keeping well, and hop on the bus there and have a good spin with us. Billy Taylor, Tom Mitchell, Bernardo 55 Dorian left a lovely kind message, a couple of them, but it was great to see that he put a few pound into the credit union for his 2 grandkids with winnings he had over the weekend. That is absolutely splendid and very heartwarming to hear, such a lovely thing to do. Great gesture. Good man, you're a great granddad. Ben George was on the bus, and the Wading Wanderer from Ballala landed in. That must be Ballala and West Roscommon, Michael Glavy's territory. Aidan Dalton, Luke Harris was on with Roy Harris. And then we had rapping Andy Kelly. He was rapping, he was coming, yeah, he was bopping, he was coming. And he was in great form. Jimmy James had the double up yesterday. Andy Pollis had his pockets full. And Richard Grant hit a treble for the first time since the Pope came to Ireland. And I think that was in 1979. So it was nearly time. I hope you don't wait as long again. Zero Stringer landed in his Liverpool jersey. He was delighted after the beating Manchester City yesterday. And Joseph Burns held his nerve. He told the story to the occupants on the bus, that he held his nerve, that the bookies dangled a carrot cash out carrot in front of him before Trawlerman won the other day, and he hung tough. Derek Piggott and new man on the bus as well, Ronnie McKenna from Erskine. That's up around Glasgow country, wouldn't it be? The Magic Mechanic was the last man on. We always need a mechanic for fear of breakdowns, so we have that now. We put Paul Mack in front and in charge of getting a safe for the guys they're complaining that they have too much money in their pockets, so we're going to put a little safe into the luggage compartment. So that'll keep everybody happy. A horse that we missed yesterday that I nearly put in. 3 horses actually won yesterday. There's Echoes of Family. We backed it last time out. It was beaten by a nose in Leopardstown on a Monday a few weeks ago. And I nearly put it in. And Modern News won. We had tipped that up for the Lincoln. And Nappers Hill won money on shot yesterday. So I think that's the 7th, 8th and 9th horse that has won, that hadn't won in the previous run. So just keep a note of them, because I can't put them all up because it'd be too many. So just keep an eye on a few that we, if I like them, give them another one, another run next time out. Anyway, I have a few for tomorrow. Taking it easy, a few each way selections. We have the couple given for the Grand National already, but there's a couple there that interest me. The 3:15, the handicap hurl, 2 miles 5 race. 4 out of the last 5 years, 6-year-olds have it won. 2 favourites won it in the last 10 years. They were 4-1. Only 2 carried more than 11 stone, 11 stone 3 and 11 stone 8. And each way selection in that is a 6-year-old carrying 11 stone 1, Homme D, Soir. It hosed up in a bumper first time out for Gordon Elliott at 5-4 favourite. And its best run over hurls with that year, it was 5th to Cape Gentleman on heavy ground. It won in Perth last year when it was in the care of Denise Foster. It was last seen over the course in the 26th of February. It was third to Carrick Sam, who is opposing it again. Carrick Sam was 126 that day, but he's up a good few pound. But the selection was gambled on that day from 20s into 8-1 in the morning, suggesting that there's a race of this nature in his scope. The extra 2 furlongs will suit because he was running on that day. The winner is now 134 and the selection only went up £1. So I have no price for it yet, but a pint each way on that. A horse that won for us the last time as well is running in a chase tomorrow, Black Bow, 2 miles 3. It's between that and Janadal, you'd imagine. Janadal seems to need more, but he's sort of tripless. But maybe keep an eye on, or I will go with Black Bow, maybe a pint win. But in the 5-10 then, Donkey Years is an each way selection. It won the Proudstone Chase in Navan, Cosley last March of 114 on heavy ground, and it was put up £10 for that. It has 2 runs this year. It was 2nd of 8 to Fakir Deline in Thurles, and that horse then was 4th in the Fuqualman in Cheltenham to Chambard. And its last run, it was 3rd to Discordantly in Leopardstown over 2 miles 5. It went up £2 for that. It's up to 125. Now, there's one thing about it. It's his first run at the trip. But Mark Walsh is riding him, and he was great for us yesterday on Glan. It's only an 8-year-old, and it's out of that Robin Deschamps. And they breed, a good staying chaser. So I'm hopeful that the first spin at this and the ground with it heavy, that we might go a pint win. No, go a pint each way. That's a big prize. Yeah, pint each way. I'll put up the prices in the description. There's 2 then in England that I need to give a chance to. The 340 at Huntington, Stokes, trained by Ben Pauling. It won a bumper first time out, and there was a horse that was in that was 3rd, and it was one for the road, who is now raced 136. That's about 2 years ago. It was 2nd to Lupus Regime in Newcastle and a maiden hurl. It has 2 seconds and a 3rd since, and its last was in a handicap hurl off 109. It weakened the last day at 2 miles 3. It's back to 2 miles. Philip Hobbs' horse is a danger, but it's only a 4-year-old. Stokes is a 7-year-old. It's lightly raced. I think the trip will suit tomorrow on the track. Point win on that. And finally, the Veterans Handicap. I always look at those because I'm in that category myself, I think, now. The 320 at Fakenham, Final Nudge. It's a 13-year-old. It's the oldest in the field. But it's a 30k race, trained by Fergal O'Brien. It was last seen pulled up in the Midlands Grand National. It changed yards last February. It was with David Dennis, and it won in Warwick of 134 and went up to 136. But the jockey claims £7. And his name is Tom Broughton. And he has 2 winners out of 5 rides. But he's 2 for 3 over Chases. And he's 2 for 4 for Fergal O'Brien. So the £7 off the 136 brings it back to 129, which is only a few pounds up higher than his last win in Mark. He won over course and distance going back 6 years ago. So trip and track and ground will suit. So he may roll back the years. He's 9-1, a pint each way. That's me. I won't be on tomorrow even unless we do something live on the bus. I'm going to the races, as I said. So I had no pints last night. I might go for a couple of early ones this evening and get it out of the way. Anyway, happy Easter to everybody. Thank you very much for all your nice comments. And thanks very much for your support. And thanks very much to the new subscribers. You're very welcome on the bus. When I see you, I see you. Mickey D, bash the bookies. Over and out.